All right, everybody, welcome. Thank you for joining. Happy Thursday morning. My name is Amanda Rosenblum. I work at JobsFirstNYC, and we are so proud to be hosting this event. My name is, well, I said my name. I'm the Director of Post-Secondary Innovation, and this is our 6th annual Adapting to the Future of Work. And this is part 1 of our event. The theme is Surviving to Thriving. So we know many of you have been using Zoom for about 1.5 years now, but we're going to go over our Zoom norms for the day. So as you'll see, this event is being recorded, and we will be sharing the recording after the event, and you'll be able to watch it on YouTube. We hope that you'll use the chat throughout the event so you can talk to each other, you can share your reactions and thoughts, and you can also submit questions for the panelists using the chat. We will be monitoring the chat to make sure that we're able to filter all your questions up to the panelists throughout the day. You can also use the raise hand feature when you are put in your breakout sessions. So the way you find that is on your menu bar under reactions. If you click on there, you can see a raised hand, so you'll be able to actually talk in the breakout sessions. And then lastly, if you're having any tech issues at all, Dave Scott on our team is ready and willing to help. So send him a personal message in the chat, or you can email him, and I'll just ask Dave to put his email in the chat so you have it for later on. So our agenda today is super special, and you'll be able to actually see the agenda and all of the information about the panelists in our booklet. So we're going to link to our booklet in the chat so you can have that open and take a look anytime, especially if you see someone really cool that you want to reach out to after the event. We have all the information about who they are in our booklet. Today is a stacked agenda. We're so glad you're here with us for the next 4 hours. And I just want to highlight a few of the things that are happening. We are partnered with DYCD and OIU, and we're so glad to have their partnership throughout the day. So Demille Alexander is going to take us through a great wake-up activity. We have an awesome keynote from Danielle Johnson. We also have a bunch of submissions to a pitch competition that we have spent the last month hosting called My City, My Community. So you're going to be able to see the submissions for that pitch competition. We will also have some choices throughout the day. So we have 2 panels happening simultaneously, an entrepreneurship panel and a social entrepreneurship panel. So you'll be able to hear from some amazing speakers throughout the city. And then we're also going to have 5 different workshops. So get excited. You can see on your screen that they are really hot topics, and what we're reading about in the news right now, from esports to social media to cryptocurrency. So we're really excited for that. We're also going to have some networking time, so you'll be able to talk to each other and also hear from some incredible programs that are happening in the city that you might want to take advantage of. And lastly, you'll hear from some candidates who are running for political positions in our Making Power Moves panel. And at the end of the day, we're going to announce our pitch competition winner. So that will be happening right at 1:30. So what's happening next? I have the honor of introducing our MC, who's going to take care of you throughout the day. And his name is Justincredible. So Justin has been writing for 17 years. He's a creative writer. He does onstage performance. He and his audience have said that he can capture the attention of an audience within 60 seconds. And I have to tell you, that was true for me when I saw him perform. I was so moved, and I know you will be too. He is born and raised in South Florida and is known for 3 words: real, passion, and flow. He believes art should imitate life, and his aim is to inspire listeners to embrace who they truly are, love others, and do something great with their lives. He is the author of a book titled Real Life University: The Most Relevant Hardcore Life Lessons for Anyone Under 40. So hope you can read that book soon. And he's also an activist and an educator for children and adults, a music artist, a poet. He is Justincredible. So Justin, I hand the mic over to you as MC, and everyone just enjoy this time together.
Thank you, Amanda. I just want to get straight into it. This piece that I have for you right now that I'm opening up with, it basically details a span of years where I've had goals, I've had dreams, I've had visions, I had projects that I wanted to complete, but life happens. Sometimes life, beats you up, and sometimes hanging around the wrong people, thinking the wrong things, believing the wrong things, and you kind of get in your own way. Sometimes you get in your own head and you slow yourself down from reaching those goals and dreams. So this is dedicated to anyone that has goals, dreams, visions, projects, just greatness that they know that they're supposed to achieve, but life has beat you up. Things have gotten you down. Maybe you've gotten into your own head and you've slowed yourself up from progress. This is entitled Procrastination. Here we go. I had to turn my radio off. Too many corny voices in my head. It was kind of like poison to my lead. My pen and pencils were not moving. I was not producing. Creative juices were fruitless. The blank pages in my notebook wouldn't refute this. No excuses for my slothfulness. I can admit I played a huge part in this. This wasn't hard to miss. This is my call and gift. This is from God legit. It's my time, my moment, my season, no lie. I flow, it's no secret. I grind, I'll sow it, I'll reap it. I'm thriving, I'm growing, I'm peaking. My mind's so focused, I see it. This is 9 years in the making. From divine clear revelation, I was blinded by procrastination. On the sidelines with my assignment for rapping greatness was lazy, a total disaster waiting, blatant, mind rattling. I've been time traveling. Feels like I disappeared for years, been nowhere near my peers, but now I'm back on the right track just like that. If you studied my music, you truly be in tune with where my life's at. Read between the lines, heed the beats and rhymes, and you'll find out everything you need to know about me. But my whole life is not about me. So I apologize to my supporters. I settled for being low key. I was afraid of old friends, haters, and phonies. I was afraid of failure, afraid of success, afraid of jealousy from people who don't even know me, afraid of believing lies that others told me, afraid of swagger jackets taking my lyrics and stealing a couple bucks from me. It really doesn't matter, but I'm flattered that you really look up to me. See, I'm copywriting now, so you can buy my text. You just make sure that you write my check and pay your respect. This is the soundtrack to my bounce back. Don't you dare burn it like an ounce sack. I'm giving you 102%, too legit, you can count that. I was slacking off, but now I'm in the lab with a pen and a pad scratching the classic off. This is real, this is passion, this is flow. Art imitating my life, Justincredible, let's go. Welcome, good morning. My name is Justincredible, as Amanda mentioned. We have a power pack event for you today. So I'm sipping a little bit of my green tea, pomegranate, and honey, good stuff like that. So with that being said, I want us to transition. Thank you first and foremost for everyone who showed up, young adults showing up here, 9-something, ready to explore, ready to grow, ready to learn something different, connect, network, and just broaden your horizons. So my name is Justincredible. As you mentioned before, I'm going to be your, as Amanda mentioned before, I am going to be your performing artist, and I'm going to be your MC for the first half of this morning. I'm going to pass it on to a buddy of mine. So with that being said, we have next on our agenda, we are going to be introducing our welcome message by Bill Chong and Marjorie Parker. Just to give you a little info on Bill and Marjorie, Bill Chong, prior to being appointed DYCD commissioner by Mayor Bill de Blasio in January 2014, Bill Chong served as deputy commissioner for program operations at the Department for the Aging, where he oversaw a portfolio of nearly $200 million in services and fostered a more streamlined and inclusive process for service providers, simplifying their relationship with the city and helping better match services with community needs. Bill, he also worked to bring more stakeholders into disaster preparedness plans and involve neighborhood groups on the front lines in protecting seniors during emergencies. In 8 years at DYCD, during a previous tenure, Chong was a leader in implementing the out of school time initiative and after school programs serving more than 630,000 youth. And as a deputy commissioner for youth services and assistant commissioner for capacity building, he partnered with NYCHA, the Parks Department, and the Department of Education to fund over 500 programs across the city, helping reach disadvantaged youth. And just to give you a little background information on Marjorie Parker, the president and CEO of JobsFirstNYC. Marjorie Parker, she became JobsFirstNYC's president and CEO in July 2017, after having previously served as the organization's deputy executive director for 3 years. She has more than 20 years of experience overseeing adult and youth services initiatives and consulting for nonprofit organizations. Prior to joining JobsFirstNYC, Marjorie was the deputy executive director of programs at Opportunities for a Better Tomorrow in Brooklyn, where she held broad responsibilities for program operations, organization, infrastructure management, and strategic planning. Marjorie has also held positions at the SUNY Research Foundation and New York City Department of Youth and Community Development. She serves on the boards of Reconnect and the New York Association of Training and Employment Professionals, and is a member of the South Bronx Rising Together Leadership Council. Marjorie holds a bachelor's degree from Fordham University and a master's in public administration from New York University. Let's give it up. I need all eyes on the screen. Give me your attention for Bill Chong and Marjorie Parker, y'all.
Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with us and together with each other this morning. Welcome to the 6th annual Adapting to the Future of Work. 6 years ago, this convening was developed and designed with and for young adults just like you. We heard back then, there should be nothing for us without us. Without our voice, our ideas, our input, without us. This is the first standing New York City-wide professional convening for young people who are 24 and under, maybe the only one in the country. Over the past 6 years, we've had amazing trailblazers and change makers shaking up the world and putting it on notice in this very convening, like Darius Qualis of $1 Million Scholar and Bro Capital, Kaz Marte of Conbody, Ronisha Bang of Her Agenda, all saying this is our time and we want to decide and determine the world that we want to live in and how the economic benefits, making money, and its social benefits, living in safe communities, and my right to be who I want to be or who I want to be with. Today, you will hear from more trailblazers revolutionizing tech, green, economy, cannabis, food, how to start and build a successful business. People who are changing the game, not only surviving, but thriving. I want to leave you with this. I challenge you to leave everything at the door today and say, I am going to tune in for what could be the most important 3 hours of my life. I'm going to listen, learn, question, begin to work on my own game-changing ideas. Now, no matter how difficult things are today, and we've had a tough year with COVID-19, no matter how difficult things are today, they can get better. You just have to believe. I watched the NBA Finals. The players from the Bucks kept saying their mantra was to be the star of whatever role they were playing each night. Sometimes it's offense, other times it's defense. But whatever role, they tried to be the star, be the best player they can be in whatever role they had to play. So I say the same to you. Be the star in whatever role you have to play. Thank you, and let's learn together today.
Good morning. My name is Bill Chong. I'm the Commissioner of the Department of Youth and Community Development. First of all, let me thank Jobs First for holding this conference and for not only holding this conference, but for the great work they've done for young people over the many years before the pandemic, during the pandemic, and as we recover from the pandemic. I hope everyone is healthy and safe and your loved ones are healthy and safe. And I hope you've gotten a vaccine. It is going to make the difference between whether we go back to normal completely and how quickly. As this will be my final year as Commissioner of the Department of Youth and Community Development, I want to share with you some insights that I've had over the many years I've been with this agency and the many years I've been in government. You know, I know many of you are about to start your careers, and I want you to understand you have to be patient. There's a lot of trial and error, a lot of it's self-discovery, a lot of like asking yourselves, you know, what your passion is, what you do well, and at the end of the day, what will pay the rent. And for me, my life journey started with the Summer Youth Employment Program. I know it's hard to imagine, but at one point I was 15 years old. In 1973, my first job was the Summer Youth Employment Program. And it was with a community-based organization in Chinatown. And at 15, I did not know what a community-based organization was. And so today, as I leave my job as commissioner, I'm responsible for hundreds of community-based organizations around the city who support wonderful programs like SYP, like after school, like community centers. So as I look back at my career, that first job in 1973 was probably the first step in my journey to becoming an activist and then a public servant. And one of the things I learned, and back then in 1973, I already had chosen a career, I abandoned it. I wanted to be an aeronautical engineer. Somehow got into Brooklyn Tech, I took the test. I don't take tests well, which I know is kind of surprising to some people. But back then, the test wasn't the only thing that decided whether you got into the school. Your grades also mattered, and I was a good student. So I got into Brooklyn Tech, and I wanted to be an aeronautical engineer. And after a year of calculus, I realized I was not going to be an aeronautical engineer. My parents were very disappointed, but you know, it goes to show you that not all stereotypes are true. And it really was by accident that I decided to become someone who was active in the community. Fast forward into my mid-20s, which some of you may be in, I decided to volunteer with a community-based organization in Chinatown. And it was there I realized I found my passion and I found out what I did well. And through that experience, I realized this was a community group that was fighting City Hall, and they were fighting an attempt by the city to gentrify the community. And it inspired me, and it showed me that how powerful people can be when they organize. At the same time, I learned that it wasn't enough, that if you wanted to make positive, permanent change in our society, in our city, you have to engage government. And so it was through that experience, I decided to get into government. And here I am today, almost 30 years later, in a position where I can help thousands of young people and families in some of the most under-resourced communities in the city. So I want to end by saying, be creative, leave no stone unturned as you try to decide what career path you want to pick. Be patient with yourself and be willing to try different things. And good luck and have a successful conference. Thank you.
Awesome. I hope you all were paying attention to Bill and to Marjorie's message. They are true public servants. They're heroes, modern day, real life, breathing heroes. They care about you all. They love you all. They want to see the best for you as far as your career path and just your family and your lifestyle. So I hope you pay attention. Make sure that you're following them on LinkedIn and Twitter. And also make sure that if you have a registration link, you can still, if you got a buddy that wants to come through, share the link as well. Make sure that you download and follow your young adult, your agenda. Make sure that you have your booklet. And so next, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be opening up a wake up activity for those. So Jamel, I'm actually going to pass this off to you. I'm gonna pass it along to you. If you can take that for me, Jamel.
Peace and blessings. Thank you, King. Appreciate you. Just an incredible, powerful poem. It is what it is. Coming from live from PA all day. Here we are. I'm gonna be quiet for a second. We got a wake up activity. It's an honor to be here. Shout out to Jobs First, because when it's all said and done, whether it be in PA, connecting with NY with my job, Aspen Institute Forum for Community Solutions, OYU, we'll go into that Opportunity Youth United. We're gonna go into all of that. But before I go, you already feel the nervous.
As a matter of fact, before you go, let me introduce you properly. Let me introduce you properly, brother. Okay? Give me a second, brother. JLA. Here we go. Jamel Anderson, for those who do not know, Jamel Anderson, he's a senior fellow at the Aspen Institute's Forum for Community Solutions. And Jamel, in this role, he coordinates AFCS and youth engagement strategy. Prior to joining Aspen Institute, Jamel was the manager of youth and family programs at Crispus Attucks Association for 12 years. And while at Crispus Attucks Association, he was responsible for a variety of tasks, including managing after school and summer programs, professional and leadership development, youth and family workshops, and various community service projects. Again, public servant. Jamel is a Rising Star Award recipient in his community and currently serves as a committee member for the York City General Authority Commission, NAACP, Ancestors Dream Organization, and Helping Offer Options and Directions LLC in York, Pennsylvania. In 2012, he was appointed to serve on the National Council of Young Leaders as an advisor to our policy makers. And in 2013, was chosen to speak at the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington. Additionally, earlier this year, Jamel, his colleagues on the Youth Build National Alumni Council elected him as their president. Jamel continues to engage and serve with many organizations, but makes it a priority to take care of home first. Jamel is a big ball of energy, has lots of love, super positive. I'm transitioning it to the wake up activity. My man, Jamel.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm going to share my screen. I appreciate it. Can I share screen while others are participating in share screen? Let me share my screen, please, por favor. And I appreciate y'all. Peace and blessings. Long story short, mini bio went from a victim to school to prison pipeline to being victorious and continue to serve my community. Peace and blessings, y'all. Let's go. Share my screen. And we're going to get to this activity. Thank you for the share. And we're going to do this like this.
Do what I do. Just follow me, right?
If we was in person, I would be doing this. So peep game.
All right, we got that out the way. right? So welcome. Like I said,
so I just wanted to kind of throw that up there because like I am a nervous person, but at the same time, I understand and growing in the movement and study of self. And this is why I appreciate even Justincredible in a way where he literally was a confirmation yesterday when he we was on a planning committee and just making it work and just understanding the power of penmanship, taking it down, taking your vision, making it plain. So I want to respect that king and that honor. And the fact that I said, you know what am I comfortable with? I'm literally, as an artist, I'm a drummer. But then on the flip side, as I began to perfect the gift that I've been blessed with, there's a level of artistry. And as a drummer, I kind of interact and engage with the people. So with that being said, we're going to interact and engage. The wisdom is in the Zoom. Rock with me, follow me. It's on and popping. I appreciate you. National Council of Young Leaders, OYU, Empire State, the Big Apple. So the first question. So let me give you a little bit of context just to make sure we can flow together, right? So we're gonna break up into about 3 breakout rooms. They're gonna be small. It's gonna be like a speed networking type vibe. Welcome to 2021. You can't stop this Black boy joy. You can't stop this energy, right? So the first question basically is, what are you doing for the summer? So take a moment to think about it. Much respect to Jobs First NYC, because I'll give them the cue to kind of transition. Each group, you're going to be with someone different. So you have to reintroduce yourself. So the first thing you're going to say, whoever's in the room, whoever's in the Zoom, you're literally going to say your name, your community, your block, or if you're in NY, I know how it is with the boroughs. Much respect, peace and blessings. It is what it is. And then you answer the question. So my name is Jamel Alexander, originally from PHILLY, living in York. One thing I'm doing for the summer is continue to show up and serve all our people. Boom. Then you popcorn into the next person. So the person I see right now to the right of me on my screen will be Christina Wilson. Then you kick it over to her, and then she will kick it to someone else, and we make it work. Question number 2 is there. So let's go back to question number 1. I'm excited. Take a moment to breathe. All right, y'all ready? We're gonna count it down from 3, 3, 2, 1. We see y'all in the room. The first question. What are you doing for the summer? I'm gonna put it in the chat.
I'm putting mines in the chat.
Much respect,
Brother JLA.
Much
I'm
respect.
on it. Yes, sir.
My name is Makai. I go to the Academy of Innovative Technology, and I'm from Brooklyn. And what I want to do this summer is just have fun and like just enjoy time.
Much respect. Anybody else want to give voice? Thank you, Brother Makai from Brooklyn. Brooklyn, we ain't got to ask where they at. Y'all right here. Queens, I see you in the building. Simon, Symphony from Brooklyn, they here. The Bronx, the X is here. Shade. Another Brooklyn. Brooklyn, stand up. Y'all are in deep. How much time, Jobs First, do we have for that question? Because I know we was only giving them 90 seconds, and I know everybody coming back, but I just want to be conscious of the time as well.
Seconds.
Yeah. How many?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Anybody else that's here? Jade, I appreciate you. Born in the Bronx, living in Queens, yet raised in the Bronx. Okay. Yolene from the Bronx, Anika from Brooklyn. Bronx, BX and Brooklyn is here. BB, baby. Washington Heights. Come on, Rosemary. I was waiting for somebody else because I know y'all deep. Much respect, and it's an honor to be here.
And Jamil, I think there is a Sade Cottle who has her hand raised. If you want to
speak on it, Sister Sade.
Hi, I put it in the chat, but I want to say it. My name is Sade, and I'm from the Bronx. And something that I'm doing this summer is just working, learning as I grow. You know what I'm saying?
Much respect. I feel you too. I definitely understand. Shoot, and that's what CEO Marjorie was saying earlier. Like, we're here to learn and share, and iron sharpening iron. So make sure y'all give voice, and thank you, Sade and Makai. I make sure because I love when people talk. I need that energy. It is what it is. So we should be counting down to 10 seconds or so. Sorry from the Bronx.
So we have 42 seconds for the breakout rooms. I'm sorry.
Okay. 42 seconds left.
Yeah 36 now.
Anybody else? I know we was putting in the chat. Thank you, Christina.
I put mine. I'm just hopping in right now just because I can do that. I believe I can do that. Brother JLA, my name is Justin Lang, aka Justincredible. I'm making my way all the way from you northeastern people would call Florida. And I am Central Florida. And one of my goals, what I plan on doing this summer is I want to finish reading 2 different books that I'm on. So, and I got some more projects as well.
Bro, did you say writing or reading?
Reading.
Ooh,
Reading.
put us on. Anything you can kind of share? Like maybe we need to jump on some of that wisdom, or just in general.
Well, it's a book. It's a book on like healing. It's by Stefan Lavoisier. It's called Love After Heartbreak. And really good book, down to earth. And the other book is I think it's called Draw the Line. It's like 40 days of prayer. So my church was having us on that. I think it's going to be interesting. I love the intro already.
Much respect. And there's something about that 40 number, but I can't get into that because I'm focused right now. Because you talk about 40 days in the wilderness, you're talking about the number of 40 as far as generation and lines and different, I'm feeling it. Yeah. So I heard somebody else. Go ahead, jump in there before everybody else come back. If that's cool. Let's go. I flow. Oh, 236. We are back. I just look at the.
We are back. Yes.
Thank you for coming back. So we're going to question number 2. I appreciate the energy and the young people and even the staff and presentation that stayed with us with the 75. But make sure y'all go to the breakout room. We make it work regardless. So with that being said, you're going to go to a new group of people. Of course, your name, community, block, and borough. The next question is, what motivated you to come to this event? This right here. The wisdom is in the Zoom, the youth and young adult. Like when it's all said and done, surviving and thriving, we're going to break out right now. Thank you all for so much. I'll give y'all some virtual love too. What motivated you to come to this event? JobsFirstNYC. And even if you're a returner or this is fresh, you can speak to it, put it in the chat, give voice. You can let's do popcorn style because I can't see everybody. I want to make sure I stay focused because if I open my screen, I think I might just be overwhelmed with joy. So I got to stay focused into the task. So, yeah. I hear somebody, go ahead.
What motivated me to come to this event was like believing in myself and never giving up, and like always like do what I can do and like not give up on what I believe in, like on what I really care about, and that's why I came to this event because to inspire people and stuff.
Gracias, bro. Give me your first name. Makai. Was that Makai? I thought that was the same one. Much respect. Don't give up. Being inspired, believing in what you are and what you do. Yes. Anybody else want to share? Let's feel this energy. What motivated you to come to this event? And Makai, if I remember, you was from Brooklyn. I wrote that down. Much respect, King. Peace and blessings. Anybody else want to share?
I'm sharing a former coworker invited me. Her name is Christine James McKenzie. She invited me.
Oh, much respect. Give them flowers where they are due. Thank you, Mr. Incredible. Good, peace and blessings, Justin. Oh man. Okay, what inspired me? Cannabis. Okay, let's keep it funky, keep it a buck, because we're gonna learn about that as well. Anybody else want to share?
May I share?
Yes, always.
I'm sorry, I just don't want to just talk out loud, so I try to raise my hands. What motivated me to come here is because I did try out for the pitch audition thing or whatever, and then I'm always looking to network with people and to learn and to grow, because you can't grow if you don't learn, you know what I'm saying? And you never know who you could meet.
All right, and Jamil, I believe all of the breakout rooms are back.
Okay, we are back, and just to make sure I did hear you, I think that was Shade again, as far from the Bronx, as far as, one of the reasons you were here to kind of learn and to grow. And if you can't learn, you can't grow. So much respect. And even Brother Makai saying, believing in himself, but then even on the flip side, Mr. Incredible being invited by a co-worker. We are here. I see you. We are here. I see you. And we all are here. And I want to take this moment to pause. And I'm seeing the chat jump in. We're going to get to it to make sure all is well. But one of the things, whether it be Jobs First NYC, Bro JLA, Mr. Incredible, the whole NYLC, OYU team, and even the locals living on the ground, grassroots community organizing, or even here for the pitch to make sure you secure the bag. What is one thing? And this is for everybody. So we're gonna have this chat jumping for a second. So before we go to that third question, could you just kind of put in the chat as far as, you know, how can we help? How can we help? How can we help? As an organization, as a community, just one thing we can do to help serve you better, whether it be the young people, whether it be the entrepreneurs, please and thank you. Because we want to make sure whether we save the chat and we continue to follow up and follow through with the work, we will make ourselves available. All right. What's one thing we can do to help? And for real, thank you. All right. At 1:30, I think, okay, this chat is jumping for real. All right. There it is. Thank you so much, Dimitri. The young people find themselves when they're lost. Okay. Take charge, and one thing we can do in your own community and make sure it's communication. Thank you, Bernard. Melissa Gonzalez, literacy for youth. Keep them coming. More hands to work. You know, getting more kids off the streets. Authenticity, empathy. Listen to them. African proverb, and I'm gonna transition right here. And we got a dynamic keynote speaker, and just kind of going through the website and just kind of understanding, you know, whether it be Black Girl Magic or just honoring our queens before us. You know anything about the civil rights movements, you know that it was the queens that kind of ran it and was the muscle, if you want to be real with you. Some of the leaders as men were in the forefront, but as a mama's boy, I will always honor the queens. Much respect. So, keynote. Danielle Johnson, widely known as Miss Hot Sauce, has encompassed the essence of her stage name, combining her spicy zest for life and fierce sense of humor to any stage and or airwaves. You gotta check out the Dope podcast. Born in Massachusetts, Hot Sauce is a mom of an energetic 8-year-old and a radio personality, event host, podcaster, and the owner of Spark FM Online, a national digital radio station empowering the voice of urban and Caribbean community. Ladies and gentlemen, peace and blessings. I give to you, Danielle Johnson.
Hi, everybody. I hope you guys are ready to have some fun. Hopefully I can resonate some of what I've gone through to help you guys out. My name is Danielle. I have a little cold, so if I sound a little raspy, that's okay. But I'm here for you guys. I'm really, really excited. So let's talk. So there is something that every entrepreneur should know. And it's not that you get to be your own boss, or that you get to live a glamorous life, or that you get to set your own hours and work when you want. I honestly thought that with a great idea and a hustler's mentality that I could just wake up and start doing things my own way. That isn't exactly the way that things happen when you're a boss, because becoming your own boss means that you are in charge of everything involving your business. The success of your business is your absolute and complete responsibility. Let me break it down for you guys, and I'll use myself as an example. I am the founder and CEO of Spark FM Online, an urban and Caribbean radio station out of Boston that was created to empower and amplify the Black people. That sounds really cool, right? It is. It really is. And I thought this would be all the things that I imagined. In college, I started out wanting to fit into what I thought would make me happy and my family happy. You see, I come from a Trinidadian father and a Honduran mom. Good old school Caribbean parenting. So my desire to be a nurse was right on track for what me and my family thought would be best for my life. So when I got to college, I immediately signed up for nursing. And what happened was I failed out of nursing school. Yes, I got kicked right out of that nursing program. And in order to get back in, it would take me another year of school. And that means a whole lot more money. I was advised by a guidance counselor that I should look into communications. Once I switched over to communications, my life took a turn. I started to do better in school. I started getting better grades, and I was a lot happier. It was then that I realized that I had a future in communications, and that this turning point would start to lay the foundation of where I am today. So after college, I started working as an admin assistant that I eventually got fired from too. But while working there, I found a small internet radio station and started doing a weekly show. I would invite my friends into their tiny little studio and interview them. I would put my playlist together, pay my weekly little fee, and find my voice in the media industry. From that radio station and throughout the next 12 years, I could be heard on multiple stations. In 2020, I decided I wanted more for myself. And all the lessons I learned in the last 12 years being in the radio positioned me to build a powerful digital radio station that represented the people of my community and diverse cultures. To launch, I had to have a plan and I needed to raise money. So I sat down for about 3 days and I just started putting my ideas out on paper, which I made into my business plan. I knew that in order for me to be able to move this vision into real life, I would need some type of a roadmap to make sure that I was staying on track. A plan or a business plan helps you to see the bigger picture. It brings together all the little pieces of the puzzle. And once I had all my puzzle pieces, AKA my business plan, I was ready. Then we launched through crowdfunding. Crowdfunding. And if you don't know, crowdfunding means exactly what it sounds like. I needed to raise a lot of money from many people, a crowd of folks, in order to have enough capital to follow my plan. We were able to raise over $25,000 in just 30 short days. It sounds easy, but it wasn't at all. It required a level of consistency and motivation that I never had before. I learned that in order to get to where I wanted to go, I needed to retrain the way that I thought about things, and realize that hard work, consistency, and passion was actually going to be the key to my success. So let's fast forward. Now, just 18 months later, many tears, therapy, struggle, lessons, and so much fun. Spark is now positioned to be the cornerstone of Black media in Boston, home of champions like the Celtics and the Patriots, and you know the rest. I'm just teasing y'all because most of y'all from New York. I was surrounded by inspiration to launch Spark FM from the lack of Black female radio talent on the Boston mainstream airwaves to the never-ending rotation of the same 4 songs every half hour, followed by 600 commercials, and then those same 4 songs all over again. I was motivated by the need to feed my community vital information, resources, entertainment, and to have them engage in one central location. So let's talk about what support is, and real support real quick. All of this was able to come to life because I had a lot of support. When people talk about support, depending on where you are in your life, the word support can either mean something amazing and make you feel really good, or it can make you question the kind of support that you currently have. In my years working in radio, I learned that people don't support ideas, they don't support businesses or even organizations. People support people. What that means is that as you grow older and as you figure out what you want to do with yourself, there is something you should be doing along the way. You should be building relationships with people. Sounds pretty easy, right? Because it actually is. You need to just be nice, show genuine interest, and learn to connect with people for other reasons other than what you need them for. Treat people the way that you want to be treated. Truer words have never been spoken, and we've all heard somebody say that to us before. COVID-19 shocked the world, and that's why we're here virtual right now too. COVID-19 affected many of us in so many different ways, some good and some bad. For me, I took it as a blessing in disguise. So remember I told y'all that with the support of the community, we were able to raise a lot of money? Well, soon after we raised all that money and prepared to get the radio station back up and running, the coronavirus happened and everything that I had planned got shut right down. We couldn't do events. We couldn't be outside. We couldn't get equipment. We couldn't renovate our space. It was a complete shutdown, and I started to panic. I had to relax and shift the way that I thought about things. I needed to be able to turn my loss into a lesson. Instead of worrying about the things that I couldn't do, I started to think about the things that I could do with all this extra time in the house. Not having to go to work and not having to spend any money. With my quarantine time, I was able to work on different aspects of the business that I wouldn't have been able to do before. I was able to build a solid foundation, get my business legalized, do more work on basic things like boring paperwork and meetings. With the time I had, I could really refine my plan so that it would make more sense to someone else that wasn't me. Setbacks don't always have to set you back literally. Sometimes setbacks are a way for you to allow yourself to revisit what you first had planned, make sure that you're moving in the right direction. Setbacks give you a second chance to make better moves. It's all about rethinking the negative and making it tolerable. And that sometimes sounds easier said than done. It's actually exhausting because as humans, we feel. And sometimes we need to process things. And sometimes we need to be big mad at the way that things are going. But with practice, it becomes a whole lot easier to find that silver lining. As I move into my growth phase, I'm always thinking about what's next. How can I evaluate what I'm currently doing to a new level? I'm always thinking about ways to improve the experience, not only for myself, but for the people that we serve. We hope to be able to make Spark FM Boston our flagship station and then be able to branch out to other underserved communities and build an empire that is respected and resourceful for all of our customers, listeners, and our community. In life, you should do the same. You should always be thinking about the next move. How can what you're accomplishing right now help you to take it to a new level of amazingness? We have all heard it before. Don't be afraid to think big. I mean, big to the point where you doubt yourself and say, nah, that's way too big. Because in reality, it's never, ever too big. The bigger your dreams, the more room you have to grow. Every day, chip away at the dream until you see it coming together. It will not happen overnight. Check this out. It takes about 3 years to become an overnight success. Yes, you heard that correctly. Don't believe the hype. It doesn't just happen automatically. The journey is long. So if you have a great idea that you're sitting on, start working on it now. I've learned that in this day and age, young people have a challenge and have many challenges that older people really don't know about. The older people get, the more separated they are from the pressures of what young adults are dealing with. The world is moving really fast. And although you have technology on your side and all those super cool things happening around you, the pressure to stay up to date and go as fast as the world is going makes you feel like you will never catch up, like you have to get it done before it's too late. I'm here to tell you to take your time. Use this time as a young adult to not be afraid of messing up or making mistakes or even failing. Learn to slow down, think about it, and strategically make moves that not only make you happy, but make sense for you. So write that down. Make it make sense for you. One of the things that gets me through life, especially when I navigate the world of entrepreneurship, is to just keep swimming. How many of you guys have seen that movie, Finding Nemo or Finding Dory? It's one of my favorite movies because it's not only hilarious, but there was a strong lesson in that movie, never give up. And I know that one of the students said that today, never give up. When you think about the phrase, just keep swimming, I want you to visualize yourself in the world in one big ocean. Here you are in the middle of the ocean and you can see the shore somewhere off in the distance. To get to the shore, you have to keep swimming. As soon as you stop swimming, bad things happen. So in order to stay alive and get to shore, you have to keep swimming. You could doggy paddle, you could float, kick and move your arms and your feet. You just never can stop moving. Whatever you need to do to get to where you need to get, always remember, just keep swimming. This dope event is themed Your Vision, Your Future, Your Voice. You literally are the one who will decide how big your vision will be. Only you get to determine where you are going to end up in life. Your voice is yours and it actually matters. So own it. Own every aspect of your life. My dad always says, your decisions determine your destiny. Always remember, you are in complete control, even when you think you're not. Even when things are looking gray and bad, you are in control. Thank you all so much for inviting me and listening to me run my mouth. I wish you all the best of luck and in all your life's trials, success, and breakthroughs. And always remember, if you take nothing else from this, just keep swimming. Thank you guys so much and tune into Spark FM Online.
Awesome. That was amazing. That was so wonderful, Danielle. So real, so powerful, so to the point, and so needed and relevant. Thank you all. For those who are still here, make sure that you download your booklet. The link is in the chat. We have it there several times. Again, I'm your host, Justincredible. And before we transition to the My City, My Community pitch competition, I got a little something for you real quick. I have a poem. This one is entitled Children of the Ghetto, and this is dedicated to basically young adults that are growing up, that they weren't born with a silver spoon in their mouth. They were not born with millions of dollars in the bank. Their parents actually had to work, and they had to endure environments that may not be the safest. So again, this is Justincredible, entitled Children of the Ghetto. Here we go. Don't you ever be ashamed. Pay attention to the method of the game that's embedded in your brain. I know this world left you at the bottom of the bucket and they want to see you drown, but you got to raise above it. Even if it means nada to the public, social media, not the topic of discussion. I don't want to see your hood fights on the internet. I want to see you getting checks, praise for your intellect, pulling up to your high school intellects, working part-time pay plus benefits, recognizing surviving's in your bones, and you shine because the diamond's in your soul. I know you probably tired of seeing these armed robberies, blood crip Mexican mafia robberies, mom's working 9 to 5 and pops working 5 to 3, but still living in poverty, getting home around the time that it's time to eat, trying to eat around the time that it's time to sleep, stomach and knots this week, thought about hustling rocks for cheap, told yourself that that's not for me, consciously said you never be a statistic or fulfill another prejudice prophecy. You staying true to yourself on these blocks and streets, even if it means you can be shot deceased. 100, little young, and I just want to tell you that you mean a lot to me. More than diamond rings or designer jeans, carrots on my chain, good credit to my name. What I'm trying to say is y'all are precious blessings, no question. Worthy of love, respect, and protection. The same education as the Hamptons, same economic and local community advancement. Someone to tell you you're beautiful, you're handsome, you're worthy of a dope I love you anthem. Because even Jesus was ghetto fab and he was helping the lost get home like a yellow cab. So children of the ghetto, keep your head up high. Don't be afraid to cry. Don't be ashamed to try, because you were made to fly. Children of the ghetto, keep your head up high. Don't be afraid to cry. Don't be ashamed to try, because you were made to fly.
Yes, sir.
Yes.